that they have evidence about the so-called Smiley Face Killers, and what they're doing is they're protesting the FBI headquarters here in Wilmington, Delaware. I spoke to one of the gentlemen, and he explained to me what was going on, and they are picketing the building. Like I said, the FBI headquarters here in Delaware. I'm going to attempt to speak to Mr. Davis in a minute. Tried to read the signs here. See if I can read that. I'm going to approach Mr. Davis now.
I see the one that I put the agent's name on. That's the one they kept.
So as I said, I've spoken to Mr. Davis about the situation.
You can just pan the building. The FBI office is right there.
Okay. I'll do that, Mr. Davis. Okay. Do you want to explain to me what this is all about, Mr. Davis?
The end of 2009, I discovered the Smiley Face Killers case on the internet, and because I used to be a handwriting analysis specialist, I was able to determine who the killers were based on a graffiti tag left at some of the crime scenes. Okay. I submitted the information to the FBI. They refused to pay me their reward money. The killers are Amish. They are killing them for selective breeding because their gene pool is closed. They wouldn't respond to me in 3 years, and then when the reverend of our church sent them an email, he got 4 or 5 responses right away. Interesting thing about it is that in 3 years, supposedly, nobody has been convicted. And the idea of that is okay, except that we know for a fact that Patricia Gibbs, the director of the Wilmington FBI, she's right in that office up there, and Craig Morozak have a history of not taking action against white law enforcement personnel, including the ex-governor of Delaware, who was caught in a real estate fraud scheme, and a police officer here by the name of Michael Reinhardt, who violated my constitutional and civil rights, and they did absolutely nothing.
And again, why do you think the reason is they didn't respond to you?
Because they wanted to take credit for solving the case. Okay. And in order to do that, there's no way that they can pay the reward money and still have credit for it.
Okay. And I'm assuming you have all the documentation to prove the things that you're saying?
Right. So the FBI has violated the FOIA request. They wouldn't satisfy my FOIA request. They made multiple excuses for not satisfying the FOIA request of Reverend Holden. Come over here on the red brick so that I won't have to get any flack from them.
Okay. And what is a FOIA request? I'm sorry.
Freedom of Information Act request. Okay. See, if they release the information, then that just further confirms that nothing was done. And the fact is, how would I know who the killers were? And how come no arrests were made until after I submitted the information to the FBI if I didn't solve the case?
Okay. And again, you're saying there's been no communication with you, no attempt to talk to you about it, etc.
They wouldn't even. I filed a Quintel Pro conduct complaint against the FBI.
What kind? Because these terms are unfamiliar to me.
Quintel Pro is just actions that the FBI has historically carried out toward blacks. They use the same thing to try to get Martin Luther King to commit suicide and things such as that, just to do harm to a person because of the color of their skin. That's all.
And how can you make us understand that this is not just some wacky conspiracy theory? Because that's what quite often the agencies will try to do, to make it seem like it's a conspiracy theory, that type of thing.
That's right. Well, the fact of the matter is, when the smoke clears, if the Smiley Face Killers are a group of Amish, then how in the world would I have known who they were and what they were doing unless this were not a conspiracy?
Okay. And what kind of response have you been getting to this particular protest that you've been doing?
Not that much. We just started out.
Well, I meant specifically from the FBI. Have they been harassing you, bothering you?
Well, we had the Reverend Holden from our church come down, and he went up and handed them the protest materials. They asked him if they could have his protest sign, which, unless they'd done something wrong, they should have had no interest in whatsoever. And it had Patricia Gibbs, or Trish Gibbs, the name of the person who runs the FBI office here, on the sign. I mean, what would you want a person's protest sign for? Who's protesting you?
So you're saying that they didn't want the name out there?
That's what it was.
Okay.
We are. We're going to come back out.
Hold on, let me pan around. Do you have more people coming? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're going to be back, and we don't expect them to give us any answers, largely because I'm a dark-complected black person. Okay. Which is the government's pattern when it's time to victimize individuals, particularly blacks.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else I need to know?
Not other than the fact that, you know, the person who's responsible for not taking action in this district goes by the name Trish Gibbs. Again, her office is right up above the post office here. Hi, folks. It's right up above the post office here with the rest of the FBI.
And what is the reason why they're making you stay on the red brick here?
I don't know if that's some kind of a city ordinance or whatever, but it doesn't really matter, just so long as we get the job done. But you know, the worst part about it from the government's perspective is that they sit there and victimize a black person in front of black government employees and dare them to say a word. You know, it's kind of ridiculous for them to be aware of it and be so afraid of losing their jobs or retaliatory acts by the higher-ups in the FBI that they have to watch a black person harmed for nothing. Here's the Reverend of our church right here. It's the guy with the hat on.
Okay, what's his name?
Reverend Holden. Reverend John Holden.
What's the church?
Mount Salem Church.
And is that in Wilmington?
Yep, it's right down the road here on 19th Street.
Okay, I'm going to talk to the Reverend now.
Speak the truth to Mr. Lee.
Hey, sir, how you doing? How are you? Sir, can I ask you a question?
Reverend Holden, he's with us. He's actually a protester. But he's going to go viral if he stays on the red bricks so that the law won't pick us up. Okay. Okay. But they're not going to arrest a white person anyway. Reverend Holden here, by the way, Timothy. Reverend Holden here is ambivalent racially. Okay, he is a local civil rights activist in his own right. But because they have no respect for him or for anybody else, they again violated the FOIA request, claiming that he didn't send in a form. I know for a fact he sent in.
Yeah, it's resent, so we'll check it.
Okay, well, we sent it again. He sent it again.
Sir, when did you first gain knowledge of this situation?
Very generally about a year and a quarter ago, more specifically about a quarter of a year, about 3 or 4 months ago.
All right, 3 or 4 months ago, you heard about the situation, and do you believe that what Mrs. Davis is saying is accurate?
I'm certain he believes it's accurate.
Yeah.
Absolutely certain he believes it's accurate. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the legal requirements are at various places. I'm trying to discover that.
But you have decided to join him in the in the protest.
The FBI won't answer his questions.
The FBI will not answer his questions. Okay.
And that's not fair. And they won't even tell who they are. You know, they me too. And they told me things that are not true.
And you've been a pastor for how long?
45 years.
45 years.
Plus.
Wow.
I have to work too hard to figure that out.
Yeah, I can understand. All right, I appreciate your time, and I'm going to continue to film.
And you're Timothy too?
Yeah.
Timothy also?
Yeah. Timothy too. All right, this is Thomas, or as I'm known by family and friends, Tim, WTF News 540 on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Thank you.